Sir. 1001, 1002.
Hey.
No.
Come here.
Okay, here, let me do it again.
Come here.
Ready? 1001.
At around 8:30 p.m. in Canadian County, 23-year-old Benjamin Henson was pulled over for careless driving. After being handcuffed and interrogated by the police, he was given a warning ticket, and the police decided to check his vehicle for unsolicited substances. With the police having discovered bags full of drugs in his car, Henson had to make a daring move to escape. Henson brings the handcuffs from his back to his front, jumps into the driver's seat, and takes off with a police vehicle and dog inside. This turn of events would spark an entire police chase after him. At 12:03, Sparta patrols were dispatched to the highway in order to investigate a reported truck fire. The vehicle, a snack truck from New Jersey, had broken down with thick black smoke coming out of the engine department. Officers escorted the 34-year-old driver and his 57-year-old passenger to an area out of harm's way. As the fire from the truck got stronger, the police were forced to close the highway lanes for safety reasons. This isn't even the worst of it. The truck, now completely smoldered, begins to go backward unimaginably quickly towards two parked police cars, leaving trails of fire behind it. Luckily, thanks to the swift reaction of the police, no one was hurt, and the situation was diffused. After a traffic stop, two individuals were apprehended for hurling bricks at the windshield of a police vehicle. In Kirkby, Merseyside, a Volvo car was stopped by police traffic officers for a reason not discussed by the police. The two men, in what seems to be working uniforms, acted out in rage as this was happening, escalating to an effective action. The two men suddenly came out of the car and started throwing several bricks at the police vehicle, then rushed off, leaving behind a damaged windscreen. Both of the men were caught afterward, earning themselves prison sentences on multiple charges. An ambulance truck, which to many would seem nothing out of the ordinary, turns out to be a part of a criminal scheme. At approximately 11:30 p.m., officers and the Seattle Fire Department responded to a downtown hotel following reports of a man leaping through a window approximately 10 feet above the ground. The man hijacked the Seattle Fire Department ambulance, igniting a high-speed pursuit through city streets. The dashcam footage captures every jaw-dropping moment as the rogue driver skillfully maneuvers through traffic, leaving authorities in awe.
Go, and you're not going to end up getting away from this. We need to stop, and you need to talk to us, okay? This is not going to work.
After a harrowing pursuit, the suspect eventually stopped and submitted to the authorities.
Okay, come on out. He's injured pretty bad. There you go.
Seeming disoriented upon arrest, the suspect received medical attention for injuries sustained during the fall. Subsequently, he was processed and confined in the King County Jail on charges of auto theft. In Marathon, Florida, officers confronted a slow-speed pursuit involving a stolen backhoe. 59-year-old Carl Blahnik took the massive machine on a reckless joyride along the renowned 7-mile bridge, causing substantial damage to both the road and the bridge's sides. This slow-speed chase lasted for more than an hour until Blahnik ran over a spike strip on the bridge, set up by the police. On his wedding day, a groom led police on a high-speed chase in a car with the words, "Just married," written on the back windshield. The reckless driving brought an officer's attention to itself very quickly. The officer tried to pull the car over, but it didn't stop. Finally, after a wild pursuit, the 27-year-old groom-to-be parked outside a restaurant. He told the police that he had just gotten married and was overwhelmed by feelings. He was arrested, casting a shadow over what should have been a joyful day. Two Bryant police officers are receiving commendations for their heroic actions in rescuing a man from a burning vehicle on Interstate 30 last Tuesday. Despite lacking the appropriate equipment and training for such a rescue, they displayed determination to save the man's life. Officer Mark Kling, one of the initial responders, later shared, "It was very scary. It was nerve-wracking to say the least." Recorded radio transmissions captured the urgency and intensity of the moment. "He will not get out of the car. I cannot get him out. The smoke is too thick." When Officer Kling arrived, he discovered Bilal Alamin, 31, conscious but disoriented, most likely influenced by narcotics. Acting swiftly, Officer Kling broke the passenger window with a baton. However, thick smoke posed an obstacle, preventing him from unfastening the driver and bringing him to safety. Luckily, the man was rescued in the end and taken to a hospital to recover. In Brook Park, police dashcam footage captures the tense moments leading up to a train colliding with a van at a rail crossing. This incident occurred near Route 237 and Holland Road last Thursday. The driver of the van reportedly maneuvered around the railroad gate but ended up stuck on the tracks. The video also shows a police officer's heroic action in rescuing the van's driver moments before impact. Afterward, the van's operator was issued a citation for disregarding the warning lights. When approached for comment, he expressed profound gratitude for the vigilant presence of the police officer. Lenwood Saunders, a habitual drunk driver with a history of DUI convictions, made a very daring move that would get him into a lot of trouble. While Officer Michael Murphy was doing his job, he asked a man he had just pulled over some questions.
How you doing, Officer Murphy? Montgomery County Police. Can you turn radio down? How you doing? Where do you work at?
Nothing seemed out of the ordinary until a fast-moving car hit him from behind, luckily not causing any serious injury. On the dashcam, we see the officer running back to his car, ready to chase down the reckless driver. The car was driven by 35-year-old Lenwood Saunders. The authorities revealed that Lenwood was driving with a suspended driving license and shouldn't have been driving that night. Next is a video footage of a police chase that did not end well for this driver, after the police signaled the man to pull over for a traffic stop. He decided not to comply. Trying to escape, he put the pedal to the metal, making it a real road chase. However, his audacious escape plan did not triumph. While trying to make a turn, he veered off the road and hit an obstacle in his way. The police quickly caught up to him after that. He is seen exiting his car and trying to make a run for it. Less than a minute later, he was caught and taken away. In Austin on Monday, two vigilant Texas police officers found themselves in a race against time as they extracted a man from a blazing vehicle. Arriving ahead of the fire department, they acted swiftly to free the trapped individual from a rapidly burning pickup truck. According to reports, the truck's driver experienced a sudden medical crisis while attempting to reverse into a parking spot. Though the vehicle was in park, his foot remained on the accelerator, causing the tires to spin and igniting the inferno. Displaying remarkable courage, the Austin police officers shattered the window.
Hey, man.
Gaining access to the vehicle and rescuing the man from the impending flames.
Come on out. Pull. Come on.
It was a heroic act caught on video. An incautious motorcyclist was pulled over for a traffic stop by a Massachusetts police trooper. The cyclist is clearly seen arguing with the officer and trying to fight back.
86, Mr. Bond, North Dallas, please tell me, Wakefield. I'm off that highway now.
His next unforeseen move would put the trooper in great danger. With the trooper still in his way, he started to ride his bike, running a Massachusetts state trooper into oncoming traffic. Miraculously, the trooper emerged from the incident unscathed. In this video, recorded by a police dash camera, it was the police officer's actions that triggered a controversy, ultimately resulting in his suspension. After stopping a truck speeding down a crowded highway, the police approached the truck in a seemingly relaxed manner. Suddenly, the men show visible signs of pain and discomfort. The officer had unprovokedly used pepper spray when going up to the truck. This action led to his suspension from patrol duties. In northern Minnesota, a train collided with a semi-trailer whose driver disregarded the warning from red flashing lights. Moments after State Patrol Sergeant Jeff Shea concluded an inspection of the semi, it proceeded to cross the tracks, unaware of the impending danger. A Canadian national train, hurtling from the northeast, collided with the vehicle. Despite the red flashing lights and blaring train horn, the driver pressed on, leading to the devastating collision. The train dragged the semi down the track before coming to a halt. Sergeant Shea, reaching the scene, promptly checks on both the driver and the train crew.
You okay? Yeah. You sure? Yeah.
Fortunately, there were no grave injuries resulting from the crash. The semi's driver, a 67-year-old man from Iron, sustained only a minor laceration near his eye, as reported by the patrol. In Polk County, Missouri, a trooper's vehicle parked on the highway's shoulder was sideswiped by a passing semi-trailer on a Monday afternoon. Fortunately, there were no injuries, but the patrol car's dashboard camera captured the unsettling incident. The event unfolded after a trooper pulled over a car for a traffic violation. Once the traffic stop concluded, the trooper returned to his patrol car. Mere moments after re-entering the vehicle, the semi-trailer grazed the patrol car, causing significant damage. accordance with Missouri law, drivers must reduce their speed when passing emergency vehicles with activated lights parked on the roadside, which the truck driver ignored, causing this disastrous accident. The couple, previously stopped, is seen running out of their car to help the officer in the severely damaged car. Don't let your kids go out of your sight in order to prevent dangerous incidents like this from happening. A 2-year-old unsupervised child had escaped through the door of a community center. He didn't go far away, but the route he chose would make a person's blood cold. The child was running along the highway when an alert police officer saw him on duty. The officer quickly made a stop and rescued the child from traffic. Just moments later, a semi is seen driving by. Luckily, the child was now out of danger. The officer contacted the child's parents, who had already reported him missing, and brought the child back to the safety of his home. On Monday morning, in Metro Detroit, law enforcement engaged in a brief pursuit along Schoenherr Road. The incident unfolded as officers tried to halt a black Ford Fusion without a license plate on Schoenherr Road at 6 a.m. The driver, however, chose to flee, initiating a car chase. In a desperate maneuver, the driver turned towards Sterling Lake Apartments in a bid to evade capture. However, his daring attempt ended in a crash.
Get out of the ground! Get out of the ground! Get out of the ground!
The driver tried to escape through the passenger door, but he was arrested. Officers found some things in the car that caused concern. They located a gun, a black ski mask behind the driver's seat, as well as numerous credit cards that did not belong to the man. In the dead of night, a routine traffic stop escalates into a tense confrontation. The suspect, believed to be under the influence, was given some exercise by the officer to prove whether he was capable of driving that night or not.
Stand right here for me, alright? See those lights up? Just stick your hands in your pockets for me, alright? Okay.
At first, he obeyed every order without trouble. However, his determination to resist would get stronger with each task at hand.
Start. Alright, going to start, sir. 1,000.
During the last test, he suddenly made a quick movement towards the officer. He immediately started to deny it.
Come here.
Ready? 1001,
Hey, turn around,
1002, 1003, 1004.
Put your hands by your back.
I would never go at you like that.
You got one more time.
The police officers were already fed up and took him under arrest. Every now and then, a book grips you so tightly it's hard to let go, even when you're at the wheel. Nevertheless, the dangers of this act cannot be underestimated. After the police saw the car driving below the speed limit, the officers decided to pull him over and see if something was wrong. Never even imagined that this would be a plausible reason. The officer had asked the man what he was doing on his tablet. The man confirmed that he was reading a James Patterson book.
Looking at on her laptop or tablet over there.
3361 Lima Medical.
You're reading? Why are you doing that?
Officer McTomies emphasized that accidents, especially during the day, are often caused by distracted driving, particularly due to smartphones, but in some instances, as this one, even a book. In preparation for the upcoming New Year's holiday, the Ohio State Highway Patrol has released new dashcam footage as a stark reminder of the perils of impaired driving. The video captures a chilling incident where a cruiser belonging to a trooper from the West Jefferson Post was struck by a suspected impaired driver while attending to a disabled vehicle. As the trooper engaged with the driver of the incapacitated vehicle, a white pickup truck, helmed by Sherry L. Frank, 44, of Plain City, veered sharply to avoid collision, but ended up hitting the patrol car's left rear. Subsequently, Frank lost control, careening off the right side of the road and colliding with the concrete barrier. Thankfully, both the trooper and the passenger of the disabled vehicle emerged unscathed. The Ohio State Highway Patrol issued a plea for all to plan ahead and designate a sober driver this New Year's holiday, ensuring that everyone reaches their destination safely. In a peculiar incident near Chicago, Illinois, a drunk driving case took an extraordinary turn when officers arrested Marianne Christie, 54, in January. Concerned residents had alerted authorities after spotting a 15-foot tree firmly lodged in the grille of her 2004 Lincoln. Upon locating her vehicle, officers noted that both airbags had deployed, likely due to the impact of the tree. Christie, emitting the odor of alcohol, failed the sobriety tests administered by the police. She confessed to hitting the tree near her residence, about 3 miles from the arrest location, but couldn't recall the exact spot. Christie now faces charges for driving while intoxicated and is scheduled to appear in court on April 15th. A routine traffic stop for a young Wisconsin couple was rather unexpected. The entire incident was captured by the police car's dashcam. Alex Patoka and his girlfriend were conversing with an officer outside their vehicle just after being pulled over for speeding in Jackson early Wednesday morning when the most unexpected thing happened. We can see in the video that something's being thrown at the car. Looking closer, the couple realized that someone was egging their car during the traffic stop.
Yeah, I saw it.
I think they're egging our car. Are you kidding me?
Dude.
Officer Justin Brinks approached the car, scanning his flashlight around in search of the egg thrower. Brinks later recounted encountering a 19-year-old who acted very inappropriately when asked a question by the police. Following a 15-minute pursuit, the allegedly intoxicated teen was arrested. Brinks mentioned that the teen expressed a dislike for police, leading him to believe that he was targeting either him or his squad car. In an unprecedented turn of events, a tornado tore through South Dakota, leaving a trail of destruction in its wake. Undeterred by the raging storm, Officer Smith demonstrated remarkable courage and presence of mind. He maintained a safe yet strategic distance from the tornado while ensuring the dashcam captured every moment of this extraordinary event. The footage reveals the tornado's immense strength, with debris swirling around its core. Just as suddenly as it appeared, the tornado began to dissipate, leaving behind a transformed landscape. This extraordinary event serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of preparedness in the face of natural disasters. The dashcam footage captured by Officer Smith provides an invaluable record of this extraordinary event, offering a rare insight into the power and unpredictability of tornadoes. The incident unfolded when vigilant officers pulled over a speeding vehicle, anticipating a routine interaction. However, as they approached the stopped car, they noticed certain indicators that raised suspicions.
Hey, welcome to the sheriff's office. We just stopped because of your speed. Alright. I had you going 72.
The police officer, sure that he smelled the odor of marijuana, asks the driver about it.
Here, where's the marijuana at? Where's the marijuana? Where's the marijuana? Where's the marijuana?
The driver took out his bag and showed that inside of it jars full of marijuana were located. This initiated a further search. The dashboard footage also shows us the man being arrested with 2,000 grams of the illicit substance found inside of his vehicle. In a high-stakes pursuit, police engaged in a relentless chase after Tommy Lavelle Martin, a 29-year-old from Dodge, Wisconsin. The incident unfolded on French Island, where Martin, behind the wheel of a white 2003 Acura, reached speeds exceeding 100 miles per hour. The climax of the pursuit saw Martin crash through a chain-link fence near Sky Harbor Drive, adjacent to the baseball field and International Furniture. Displaying astonishing determination, he breached a second fence to re-enter I-90. Despite their relentless efforts, pursuing officers ultimately lost sight of Martin, prompting them to conclude the pursuit. 3 hours later, the white Acura linked to Martin was discovered unoccupied in La Crosse, intensifying the search for his whereabouts. The law enforcement authorities arrested the Minnesota man on charges of kidnapping and false imprisonment. A trooper on the field had seen a vehicle that fit the description of the suspect. After catching up with the suspect and pulling him over, the trooper approached the car to investigate further. He could smell the scent of marijuana and saw a woman in the back seat that perfectly fit the description of the missing woman taken hostage. The trooper ordered the evacuation of the woman and took her to safety for questioning about the events that led to this moment. Dispatchers confirmed that the suspect has a prior record of being violent and drug abuse. The confirmed suspect was charged with multiple felonies, including kidnapping and drug possession. On July 5, 2021, authorities in Bangor, Wisconsin were alerted to a distressing situation when a concerned citizen reported hearing loud yelling emanating from a nearby apartment.
Not coming off.
What they uncovered was a heated altercation between a couple. It was revealed that the woman neither contributed to rent nor possessed any formal residency at the address. The man, increasingly agitated, implored his girlfriend to leave the premises on multiple occasions. Despite his pleas, she refused, shouting profanities at him.
Told me she will not leave up out my apartment.
Okay.
That is mine.
In the aftermath of this intense clash, law enforcement intervened, leading to the arrest of the girlfriend on charges of disorderly conduct and making threats against a law enforcement officer.
Why I have to go to jail?
She has since been released on a signature bond, leaving the community stunned by the gravity of the situation. After multiple reports spawning a couple of delays, the officers decided to go to the field and check out the situation before it could cause harm. A driver in Florida was accused of regularly using the sidewalk to avoid rush hour traffic. Sarasota County deputies ticketed the reckless driver and made sure he understood that the next time he would not be let go so easily. A routine trip to the drive-thru took a nightmarish twist for a 19-year-old man. As he was about to pay, his money slipped from his hand onto the ground. Desperate to retrieve it, he opened the door and leaned out, by accident putting pressure on the accelerator. The vehicle surged forward, crashing into the wall, leaving the young man's head caught between the door and its frame. Upon police arrival, the man was found unresponsive and without breath. The dashcam footage meticulously documented the officers' endeavors to extricate the man. Their initial move involved breaking a window to disengage the vehicle's gear. Soon, with the arrival of a medic on the scene, they successfully pushed the car away from the building, liberating the pinned man. Shocking footage from Lincoln County, Tennessee serves as a reminder to drink responsibly and stay safe when under the influence of alcohol. During a routine road checkup, the officer stumbled upon an accident that would leave him dumbstruck. Dashboard footage shows a man seemingly under the influence exiting his vehicle and plummeting headfirst into the creek. The officer and the man's friend, also drunk, are seen calling for the man, checking up on his well-being and luring him to get out of the creek. Officer later reports that the man slowly came up in the end without any major injuries.